Wonder what he has to say.
Oh god, before I entered my slumber, I forgot I was supposed to set something up with PapaPoob. I wonder what he has to say.
Hey guys, it's me, Poob, from Friendship and from Forehead Fables, and, you know, you guys, if any of you play Splitgate, you probably have heard of me. But, I was just wondering, yeah, I never heard back about me maybe making an appearance on the podcast. Stupid to bring up, I know, it's the holidays, everyone's busy. But just thought I'd bring it back into discussion if you guys ever needed someone, because it looks like you guys are getting a little desperate. I saw you brought on Exfil Camper, so just let me know if you ever need to fill in or something. I got a pretty tight schedule, but I recently got a daily planner, and I could probably pencil you guys in for its time slot sometime. So yeah, just let me know. It's me, Poop. So hit me up. Call me back. Hey guys, you probably didn't get those last couple calls I left, but yeah, just let me know if you ever need like a fill-in guest or something. I saw you guys have had Omid on there a couple times. Kind of weird, because I'm like, it's my job, you know, like I am a podcaster and a streamer. It's like not just a streamer like some of these people you keep having on. Is it because of my recent changes? Is it because my hair got blasted off? At least just tell me no if it's gonna be a no. Okay, is something freaking going on? Because I haven't heard back from one of you. I've been DMing Sterdeki, been DMing ZChum. I called Kings, okay, on the Creator Club Red Line hot phone. And Aqua, I'm not even gonna bother. Hex, what's going on, man? Hey, what the guys, what's going on? I've been calling like a scary amount lately. Like it's not like you don't have to be worried. You know I'm the face of Splitgate. The disrespect you're giving me now is just disproportional for the amount of love I've given you guys and the amount of support. I'm a day one subscriber, so fuck me. Oh, I bit the shit out of my tongue. What the fuck? Oh, anyway, guys, just fuck, guys. Just let me know if you need me to be on it. I don't even care. I'm not that busy. Just fuck.
Paul, I'm going back to bed. Wake me up whenever. Back.
Three, two, one. Okay, cool. That was a good clap. Another
okay.
fine
Are you happy
clap.
with my clap after all the criticism?
I mean,
Aqua, you sometimes have a tendency to kind of zone out. He was just making sure, you know.
It was like a 7 out of
true.
10 clap,
Yeah.
Aqua. It wasn't one of
Alright.
your best.
Next time I'll be more prepared. I'm sorry.
If we're gonna present ourselves to the viewers, you could at least try a little harder on your clap.
Yeah. Well, I sent you to clapping class to learn how to clap, and this is what you bring to the
This
table.
is the type of management Kings provides. I recommend you go to a clap class.
Yeah.
And not the chlamydia thing from the members only episode.
Chlamydia's anonymous.
I don't have
welcome-
chlamydia.
Right now. He
That's
doesn't have it
very
right
convincing.
now. Anyways,
He said he
welcome
was
to the
gonna bring it
Gamer
up,
Hole,
Porto.
everybody. Thank you so much for stopping in on this beautiful Thursday. Maybe it's Friday. Maybe you're a little late. That's okay. We're going to allow that. A lot of big things to
Don't let it
discuss
happen
today. A lot of serious topics we want to go over. Fucking hilarious that Pokimane got banned from Twitch. I think that's the funniest thing ever. She's gone like 5 years without getting banned, and her first ban is this. It's her getting banned for watching cartoons.
Like out of anybody on Twitch, her getting banned is like the most funny one out of any of the top streamers.
Yeah.
Like even Shroud, you'd be like,
Yeah, you'd be
"Why
like,
did Shroud
okay,
get banned?" But
yeah.
okay, whatever. But like Pokimane's like the star child for Twitch. She's like,
Yeah.
I know. And Twitch did not want that. They hated that happening. Guaranteed. Because it was like a
You wanna
live.
explain
It was like a live DMCA takedown. Yeah, Pokimane was watching Avatar: The Last Airbender, like the animated series, which Nickelodeon and Viacom own the rights to, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Viacom.
I believe so. Viacom.
And she was watching it on what platform? Like YouTube or
No, on Twitch. She was watching on Twitch from.
Well, no, but she was
whatever she
I
had
don't know.
online.
She just like downloaded it or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she was just watching it on stream, and everyone else has been doing it, right? Everyone else has been watching like MasterChef
Twitch meta.
and Avatar, and they've just been watching whatever the fuck they want, which horrible idea, but you know, one person does it and they don't get banned, so then like more people start doing it. And they're like, what are they gonna do? Ban all their top streamers? She got hit with the live DMCA takedown, which has been threatened for like forever.
Yeah.
Like everyone keeps saying it's coming, like live DMCA takedowns are coming, but no one believed it. And then it happened.
I talked about it a long time ago. There's the technology is crazy. Like I've used some of the technology to identify, just to test, and it identifies and tells me within 5 seconds of Omid playing music. It'll be like, hey, he's playing music, live DMCA. You click this button if you own the music, and we'll automatically DMCA him. It's like you can pay for the service or whatever, which these big companies are, to use their technology to check it.
Some Viacom employee was probably like, is she watching Avatar? That's ours.
Some company
flagship show.
Exactly. Some company will do that. They'll sell it to Viacom, and Viacom's going to pay them a lot of money to continue flagging people, and then their lawyers are going to eat it up because they're going to make
Which is
a ton of
crazy
money
because I bet
suing these guys.
I bet Avatar: The Last Airbender would have actually seen more like people purchasing episodes and watching it if they let Pokimane continue watching it.
So that's the argument that a lot of people say. And one person said on Twitter about how they don't understand why 21 Pilots would not let them listen to music or whatever on their stream because it helps advertise them. And I get that argument, but you're wrong because 21 Pilots sold their rights to distribution to a huge company. And do you think that huge company that just barely paid millions of dollars is going to give you the right to distribute it to 30,000 people for free?
For free? Yeah.
Well, they probably should.
No, they shouldn't.
No.
Why?
I don't think so.
So like it's like okay, if you're a content creator,
no one's going to the stream
I know, Aqua.
to listen to music. They'll go to it, hear the music, like it, and then buy it or
So
listen to it.
You're wrong because most people
want
don't
it to be listened to.
Sure, but
Aqua,
don't you think
if you would you give away free ad space just because it might help you with a few extra views? No. Content creators do the same thing.
See, 21 Pilots 21 Pilots deserves to be paid for what they make, right? Don't you feel like the artist deserves to get money for what they made? And and now you're using that music as background filler on your stream because you need music.
Well, the person streaming it did pay for it.
No, that's not how it works. You paid for the rights to listen to it yourself, not broadcast.
Yeah. You're not paying for the rights to broadcast the song.
I get it. Okay.
So you need like something filler behind you. So shouldn't you have to pay to use that as
going down that road
license?
like we talked about in the past? All these stores, restaurants, whatever is just playing music, and all the patrons are hearing it. It's the same fucking thing.
They pay for it. A lot of them pay for it.
I actually think they're supposed to pay for distribution.
They're supposed to pay for a certain playlist. Yeah. But fucking right. They absolutely do not do that. And most of the music that I accrue and like to listen to, I hear in settings like that.
Okay, so
and then I go home and I get it on Spotify or whatever I pay for to listen to. It's the same shit. The music is not the main event of what's happening. It's a background thing that's going on during a different set of transactions.
I agree.
Aqua's rant.
Aqua's fired up. I love
I
it.
agree,
He's
but
hot. Now listen to what Pokimane did watching Avatar sitting there doing absolute fucking nothing.
This I disagree with because this is not transformative in any way. Just sitting and watching a show from start to finish, not cut, not edited. I think that goes outside of the fair use terms.
Yeah.
And I agree. That I think is rightfully taken down. But listening to music, I think that's stupid. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay, this is derailed. I don't even know if I want to go into this too much. Anyways, Pokimane owns a management company. She started a management company to help streamers and YouTubers. And this is what...
I forgot. Yeah, she started one. That was only a couple of months ago.
This is what the person that started the company thinks is the correct thing to do. Watch straight videos on her stream.
Oh, I didn't even think about that side of the thing. I forgot about her starting her own management company. That's so fucking awesome.
Why did everybody roll their eyes at me when I said the same thing? I think that's not a good... I don't think that's reasonable in terms of copyright to do that.
No one rolled their eyes. We
all
agree.
You all just like went silent and being like, I don't even know if I want to go into this.
Oh, okay. I took it differently. All right, never mind. Because you were all like silent, like... Okay, never mind. Go ahead.
Anyways.
And there it is again.
That one was at you this time. Okay,
that one was fair.
So if I'm not a lawyer, so don't take it as a legal advice, but all the legal teams I've talked to, you shouldn't even be questioning this. If you look at the copyright rules and, everything, you're looking at $25,000 per infraction as the maximum fee, depending on what it is. And per infraction could be per viewer, technically, as the maximum.
Dude, that would be so fucking awesome to see. That would be so fucking sick.
So I wouldn't do it if I were you. If I was a streamer, especially someone that relied on money, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah. I'm scared to even play music because
I don't
they said
even play
it's a no-no.
Every song I play on my stream, I contact the artists or look and see if the artists have said that they're open to having it allowed to stream on Twitch or something.
And that would be great, except most artists don't own their own fucking music, so it's tough to take artists' words.
I only add artists who own their own music, like really small artists who I find on like SoundCloud or something.
Yeah, that's a good call. Or like T-Pain, who put out a specific album for,
And I've like specifically messaged probably half the artists on my Spotify playlist who I wasn't sure if I could play it on stream and asked them. I even found one of them on Reddit and was like, "Can I play your music on stream? Does anybody own it? Can I play it?" And they were cool.
Yeah, that's a good call. That's smart.
Yeah. I worked really hard on my Spotify playlist.
I just play video game music now. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah. I got pretty heated about this because people, I think, are just misinformed and they believe that this is the good fight against DMCA is to watch full-length episodes of different shows. And,
let's fucking show them. Let's watch MasterChef. Yeah, fuck the establishment.
I'll tell you that this happened in the past, and what happened was all medium to small creators suffered crazily. But it happened on YouTube a long time ago. 2007 was a big one where people were being sued. Big companies were being sued.
Oh yeah, I remember this.
Google was sued for allowing it. Google and Twitch have to have, I don't remember the exact terms, but they have to be in a way they have to get rid of this. It has to be like a fair thing that they're doing what they can to make sure there's no copyright. Twitch itself has to do that. Twitch put out a couple statements and in their terms, essentially they put it on the creators, and now the creators are the ones that are going to get sued. And Google got sued for 200 million, I think it was. Something like that. So
yeah, it's all about finding a way to make the liability on the people streaming and not on the company.
Exactly.
Because there's no way they can. I think they realize there's no way we can monitor everybody. There's no way we can enforce this and be responsible for it. So we're going to put it on the streamers themselves. Yeah, shitty.
So if people really want to argue about how this is the great fight, just look up what happened back with YouTube and see if this is the great fight, because there's tons of creators out there that had to go back to work, quit content creation because their CPM went to $1 per thousand or whatever. It plummeted. Ad companies are going to pull out. They're going to pull out of Twitch.
I remember when all those ad companies pulled out. It happened again in like 2014 or 2015.
When the big creators thought it was okay to be racist, that happened again.
2018.
And also,
with
I remember like Coca-Cola pulled out of like every ad on YouTube.
Yeah, when everyone's videos, every single upload was getting demonetized, people's views were down. This happened to me. It was all because PewDiePie said the fucking N-word. It was all because of that. PewDiePie says the N-word on that fucking PUBG bridge.
and everyone loses their life savings essentially.
The same thing happened years before with exactly what's happening here. People were watching, and doing the React thing, and they got sued, and Google got sued, and Maker was a big one that got sued, and they had to change stuff. And then I remember Nintendo used to DMCA people back in the day.
Nintendo was vicious.
Oh, they were the worst.
And this is where people are going to argue like, bad. You can't play video games on stream then, right? And it's like, well, their terms are completely different. Like if you look at it,
but
technically,
you can.
There is some games do say that, and they could revoke it. But most of the
Tarkov, for instance,
or whatever,
says that. It says you cannot stream this game, and we own all rights to any footage of the game that you record.
Correct.
That it's just to cover It's just to cover their asses, so that if you do something that they don't like, they can take you down because you agreed to it.
Which they have done, and everyone hated, including
But you
me.
agreed to it in their terms of service. So
technically, they could take you down, but most video game music and video games have like a either unwritten or written, like we allow you to do it up to a certain extent.
A lot of games say the opposite, like what King said. They say you can do it.
As long as, but it's up to a certain extent. And also a lot of games, it does say that it has to be transformative in some way. So
I love when people freak the fuck out because they do something racist or some shit, or they do something homophobic on a game and the game bans them. And they're like, I have free speech. I have freedom of speech. You can't ban me. This is bullshit. It's like they can ban you just because they feel like it. They can ban you for any reason. There's no laws against this. You agreed when you bought the game that they can ban you whenever.
When we used to run Rust servers and people were upset that we muted their chat because they would just kept spamming the N-word, this is freedom of speech, and they'd like literally email us like, my lawyer is gonna speak to you because you're like, and I'm like, no, they're not.
Sure,
you're playing on our server. It clearly says that we could dictate and get removed.
You're gonna pay. Sure, you're gonna pay your lawyer $8,000 to get you back on a Rust server because you said the N-word. Sure, that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Anyway, back on Pokimane. I just want to see Pokimane get hit for like every stream she watched it, for every viewer that watched her.
They could too.
Dude, I want to see it.
They won't. I think that Makers and Google's were both like they tried to go for the maximum and then obviously settled outside of court.
Definitely not. Yeah. But like just seeing like that, like if somebody added up all the numbers for that, like what they actually tried to fucking hit her with would be so fucking funny.
That level of just like absolutely fucked would be like all right, Pokimane, so you watched a couple episodes of Avatar The Last Airbender. Turns out you owe $400 million. We're gonna need that. We're gonna need that now.
I know that we're old, but like, do you guys not remember the like FBI warnings at the beginning of fucking movies and shit?
Yeah.
You cannot distribute it. You can only watch it. Like,
yeah, and people like getting like torrent download letters and stuff, like cease and desist shit. Like, to me, I was like seeing all these streamers doing this, like all the big streamers, like because I guess it became like the meta that they all do, and I was thinking to myself, like, this is insane that they're all doing that. Like, I was sitting there. 30,000 people sitting watching fucking MasterChef, like on YouTube, and I was like, "This is gonna blow up. Like, this is gonna turn into something," and it did. And like, I don't know how everyone thought that it wouldn't. It's crazy.
I didn't even know that was like a thing going on Twitch until the whole Pokimane thing.
They were literally just sitting there watching it, and like a lot of the times, not even saying anything, like not reacting very much.
It's hard to like
little.
Create transformative content on Twitch because it's like
out of a show or a movie like that.
Exactly. Sure. It's like a 30 to 45 minute thing. You have to like constantly be transforming it with your reaction. It's like next to impossible.
Yeah. Unless Twitch has the rights for you to do that with it, like you're playing with fire doing that shit.
Which is why Twitch did do the watch party thing, which you have to own Prime. That way, you get around the legal thing of distribution. But whatever.
Weird.
I still think major props on Twitch actually pulling that together.
The
like
Twitch Prime
I feel
thing?
like there's been such like
I
mean
agree.
nobody
They should do that with
uses it,
music.
nobody gives a fuck because it is a pain in the ass. You alienate a lot of people. But
If
like
they would do it with their music library, that would be
What
if
should
everyone
happen
just
is there
doesn't hear it.
should be a separate track, and then you can only play Twitch music or Twitch Amazon owned music or whatever through their player, and then you can only listen to it if you own Prime, and it's a separate track, so that way those that
It wouldn't even
don't
be hard
have
for
it.
them to do. It's the same technology as the watch party, right?
Well, no, because the watch party is on off for Prime, and this would have to be have
if it's
two
a separate
streams.
track,
Well, right, but you'd have to have two streams that they kind of have. Technically, this was on off. You have to have Prime to even watch, and this would just have to be slightly different technology with rather on off. It's just on off for one audio track.
yeah, processed on their end.
Yeah, processed on their end. Yeah, which probably costs a ton of money for them to
Probably,
but
yeah.
it's just like I mean Twitch is with Amazon, and there's like you see the influence of it in plenty of areas. We have the Prime Gaming gifted sub thing, but like I it's just like I like the Prime watch parties just because like you actually do see the crossover between the two companies, which you don't in a lot of areas.
yeah.
I'm just thinking like Twitch needs to utilize Amazon being Big Papa behind the scenes, which would be great if they had a music library. But yeah, the whole DMCA thing is like after like it was only a year ago that we had the massive like music one.
Yeah, and everyone got scared then, and now they're
Yeah,
like,
yeah, and I mean we talked about it on the show, and we were like even like, yeah, I mean it happens like every few years.
yeah,
DMCAs get hit, people get scared, and then it kind of goes away, but it's gonna fucking rear its head again, and it's just gonna get more and more common. But like, I mean, ever since I had to spend fucking days going through to delete all my clips and all that shit last year, like, no fucking way. Like,
Dude,
why
I'm
do people
so
fuck
mad.
with that?
I'm so mad about that still. I just deleted all of them.
Yeah.
All of my memories from
And there's
the
still a
past
lot of
years.
people
It
who don't give
sucks.
a fuck. They still play copyright music. They still play DMCA stuff. They
Which-
they put it on a separate audio track so it doesn't save to the VOD. But
live
I
takedowns
mean,
are gonna happen. But yeah,
live
the thing-
takedowns
the
are
thing is,
happening
too,
now. That's
and this is going to be sad, but what's going to happen is people that are complaining about 50-50 split, and they're like, oh, my subs are 50-50 split, and I'm so pissed off, are the same people that are playing live music, and they don't realize that they're going to get even worse of a split when Twitch stops making money off ads.
No, Kings, you're wrong, because there's that petition going around on Twitter that 12,000 people have signed that are fighting
Kings.
for a better split. Okay,
No, I understand
yeah,
that.
and
there
that
should be a better
petition is
split.
going to change Twitch's mind.
But like YouTube lost money for a long time until they had a proper ad network put in. And that's what's happening with Twitch. They're not going to make that much money until a good proper ad network is in there. And if ads pull out, Twitch is going to find the money somehow.
You can tell Twitch
else.
is trying. I know, and you can tell Twitch is trying to prop that up right now and find money somewhere else with like having double ads that play when you join a stream, having random mid-roll ads that play when you join a stream, having the banner ads that appear at the bottom of your stream now, like mid-stream. They're like trying to find a way to incorporate. They're like, oh, this isn't working. Let's just add more.
They want to make more money on ads. That way they can give you the 70-30 split, so that way other companies stop looking so fucking good.
Yeah.
But if they don't, if they can't make money off ads, if they can't take a cut of your ads that people show because all the ads are blocking out, you're not even going to get 50-50. You'll be lucky to have a 50-50.
So speaking of Twitch, we just finished the Tarkov drops event, which let's be honest, sucked. I mean, the drops sucked. Every drop I got was horrible.
I got a hand drill.
Pretty much everyone in my chat was like, I got a legendary drop. Oh my god, I can't wait to see what it is. And then it's like a broken LCD screen or something.
Listen. I am glad for that.
I am
All
too.
their shit that they used to do fucked up the economy and the gameplay so much, and it pissed me off. Like that Christmas gift where they would give you like an items case,
a ton of
case
BP ammo.
and like 2,000 BP ammo. Are you fucking insane?
Yeah, this time they
Like,
just gave
you're
everyone a
ruining the
scar with like M80, which was much better.
much more reasonable, and an ammo
Yeah.
case. Like that's fine. Like that you can afford an ammo case anyway if you like play the game for 2 seconds. So like that
Anyways.
didn't bother me, but yeah.
Twitch drops was incredible for streamers. That was the craziest stream of my life.
Yeah, I'm ready for Decky to get into this.
Incredible for streamers. Yeah, incredible for the fucking 10% that had fucking goddamn drop days.
Okay, Decky, for someone to be on top, though, someone else has to lose.
Yeah, exactly. So nobody should be on top. Just keep it fucking regular.
It was a huge opportunity for certain people who had drops that day that normally wouldn't get.
But dude, look at for a week and a half for people that didn't.
But look at the drop list. Who didn't have drops?
Decky
everyone had, literally like everyone had drops.
Everyone had drops my ass.
As we went over it before,
there's
an argument, a valid argument for both sides.
Yeah.
It just depends how you look at it, like half full, half empty.
I did look at people that streamed not on their drop day, but on someone else's drop day, and it wasn't that far lower view count. Like they might have had a little bit.
I got
drop.
higher views on someone else's drop day still.
Me too, I think.
Tarkov across the board just did better.
Tarkov did a lot better.
And it would have done better if they had a drop event and everybody just had drops.
I think they did great. They gave us a day at the start where everyone had drops.
Yeah.
And then they gave us a day at the end where everyone had drops. And then in between that, they rewarded their
favorite people.
Their favorite people by giving them specific drops on their own day so that they could have like an
to drive viewers from other people's channels to those favorite people's channels.
Just for a day.
I think that
for a week and a half.
As a little reward.
I think that Decky's point is valid only because they should have automatically given it to people that stream.
I just don't understand why people don't want equality.
Yeah.
I get it, but I feel like we had equality. They gave us 2 days of equality.
You're not. But
that's a lot of time that there's not equality.
But shouldn't their dedicated streamers be rewarded for streaming this game for 4 years?
Yeah. No, I agree. That's why I think it should have been automatically added to list.
And I think, when everybody has it, it all kind of settles how it normally would in the category.
Exactly.
But I don't think that's a good thing. Like some people need that or want or
I got so much exposure.
That big break, what that they normally wouldn't have. That would,
I never would have had a break like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Like it just depends. Like I think certain streamers who really, like ZChum said, like put so much into that game and streamed it for so long and just like their whole thing is that game, who are just like largely undiscovered just because Twitch is so fucked that they can't move up the category or like get discovered really in any other way.
And then they get a drop day.
They get a huge, it's a huge opportunity.
It shouldn't be
for
at
them.
the expense of other people.
It has to be.
That's
is it
how
at the
Twitch
expense
is,
of other people though? Because
unfortunately.
I still did better on days I streamed Tarkov.
Yeah, because
even
the drop
drops.
event was bringing people in.
Right.
But you
So
could
that
have brought people in with everybody having drops, and it still would have had a boost of viewership overall.
But I still had a boost of viewership anyways.
I
think it was a win-win for everyone.
I think that it would have been a win-win for everyone if they gave it to everyone automatically that streamed over a certain amount of Tarkov throughout the last year. Then it would have been a win-win for everyone.
That would have been the right move.
Because right now, Decky is correct that there is people that are screwed
where
other people are not because Battlestate knows them versus someone that, streamed a ton at 50 viewers and Battlestate just didn't give it to them. And those people are screwed. And there's a
that
couple
being
people
said, I
that
did see a couple people who would like DM BSG and Dimitri on Twitter and be like, "Hey, I've been playing your game for years. I didn't get drops. Can I have drops?" And they got drops.
You shouldn't fucking have
Sorry,
to.
we had you.
No,
also, exactly what's wrong with it.
Omid was left out at the start, and I DM'd him, and I DM'd BSG, and I was like, "Why did you guys leave Omid out? Why isn't he on the list? What the fuck?"
Yeah,
and they were like, "Oh my god, we've made a mistake."
We all messaged them. We all messaged Battlestate Gamer about that.
You dare leave out Omid? What the fuck? I'll quit.
They did try to make it right, but I could see it both ways for like the third time.
Well, they made it right. I get it, and it's great for people like ZChum that get exposure. I just think it's fucked that they're doing it at other people's expenses.
It always
and they
has
did it
to
right.
be at
They did it
someone's
right
expenses, though.
They made it right for me too because I was sick on my drop day, and I had a sick drop day. I had January 1st, and none of the big names had drops that day. I mean, there were a couple big names who had drops that day, but none of the massive, we didn't have like Shroud or XQC or Pestilli or Landmark with drops on that day. It was like a great drop day, and I was sick, so I fucking missed it. And I was like, oh, I missed drops. That sucks. I guess I just won't get to do it. And then Omid was like, you need to DM Dimitri, their like community organizer guy, head of like community or whatever. And so I sent him a DM on Twitter, and I was like, hey, I missed my drops day, but if you could reschedule it, that's awesome. But if not, it's fine, whatever. I don't mind. And he was like, yeah, no problem. You have it on the 7th now. And I looked on the 7th, and I was like, oh, XQC, Shroud, General Sam, Aqua. Yeah. It was like everybody was on the 7th.
Yeah, I wish I had a different day. Damn.
But Aqua, you killed it, Aqua.
Yeah,
you had like 25,000 viewers.
He had 29. He had like 29.5, I think, was his peak.
You were like in the top 10 Twitch streamers, like on all of Twitch that day. And then you and Sam sent your viewers to me. Yeah. And I spent the rest of the day for like 8 hours in like the top 20 on Twitch, which was insane. That was like
I guess
crazy.
It was. Okay, yeah, I remember thinking that before the day. I was like, yeah, I wish I had a different day, but I guess, okay.
But it turned out to be like crazy.
I was fortunate that day that it worked out, yeah.
Decky's argument is valid because I do think that they should have given it not like manually. It should have just been like through a thing automatically, blah, blah. But I do think that it has to be...
BSG is a fucking shady organization, dude. I fucking hate them. I fucking hate them. Everything they do is some weird, fucked up shit. Just like they'll take down people that they don't fucking like, and like they have the right to.
But yeah, they do that. They are like just stuff. They're. I hate to say it, but it's like pretty stereotypical.
Do that?
Well, they've only done it a couple times, and the one time it seemed kind of sketchy, and then the other time it definitely was warranted. Like,
yeah, there was one time that it was like, I kind of get why they did it, whatever. But then, but it was still.
And then they have their community dude Tobias or whatever the fuck his name is, like motherfuckers out there on Twitter being like, hey, I think, or like I saw the tweet. I think it was him. Maybe it was their main account. I don't know who it was, but I think it was that guy. I'm not going to get into it. But he was all like, the Twitch is the ones that warranted, that you have to claim your drops and all this other stuff. And then he deleted his tweets because it's full bullshit.
Well, Twitch,
and like somebody called him out on it.
Twitch set up the drops for him this time. They made it like 3-hour intervals, and you had to claim it.
Like at first I was like, okay, but then somebody was saying, I don't know, I don't remember the details of it, but like apparently like he deleted his tweet because it's just bullshit. This is like
Nikita backed that up.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Twitch is doing that because what happened was, and again, this goes back to ads and stuff. Ads don't want to pay if people are botting or if they're not there. Like if they're just not watching at all, they don't like ads aren't going to want to pay for that because
which is funny because they made it so you have to claim the drop now, but then people just made a Chrome plugin to auto claim the drops.
They want people to actually have to be there to click claim, but there's a fucking bot that does it now for you, so everyone's going to get a workaround. But Twitch doesn't want people just opening a stream and then leaving.
But that's
so they're going to try to change it. Yeah. People are they're going to continually try to change it so that way you have to actually watch or at least be in the same, you see the ads in the corner of your eye or something.
I am so like back and forth on BS. 1 month I'm like, fuck Tarkov. I hate it. I'm done with the game. I'm done playing it. Tarkov
no
sucks.
Loyalty.
And then the next month I'm like,
ZChum.
The next month I'm like, oh my god, Dimitri, their community manager is so cool. He gave me drops. Tarkov is so fun lately. I love it. This wife is crazy.
I just want to keep stirring shit with them until they take me down. That's my new goal.
Decky will eventually be taken down. Yeah, I think so.
I never want to play Tarkov again, and I feel like the only way is if they fucking goddamn ban me.
That was me last month, so...
Yeah. It's just too good of a game. Damn!
But yeah, they do need to do separate days. Because if they didn't do separate days, then what would happen is everyone, like the big boys, because everyone looks at the top 2 rows when they, like if they're a new viewer, they will look at the top 2 rows and click it. So the top 8 people streaming would always get the massive growth.
Yeah.
And the small guys would get maybe 10 people extra, 20 people extra, 100 people extra maybe. But if you get your own day, you could get thousands of new viewers, which maybe you retain 10%, and you get 100 new CCV or 50 new CCV or whatever.
That's like career making sometimes.
And that could be career making.
I went from 20,000.
I agree.
I went from like 20,000 followers to like 23,000 in that one stream, which is huge. That's like, it's like 5% of my viewership, just like that in one day. That was like massive.
How they chose the people though, I don't love.
Exposure is everything.
I'm so thankful for that day. That was like so huge. I had, it was essentially like having the Pestilli daily experience for one day, which was like insane.
The problem is everything you're saying is I. It's we.
No,
it's a community out there. It's not about goddamn me.
Decky, someone has to lose. For there to be rich assholes like Jeff Bezos, there has to be poor people in factories making all his shit to sell. All right, for there to be Elon Musk going to fucking Mars, there has to be like a bunch of slave labor in China.
But it is kind
I
of
agree. Rich assholes.
I agree.
Totally true. But it kind of is because a lot of people who normally are in the factory got to be Bezos that day.
Yeah, it's everyone, or not everyone, but you get a chance to be Bezos.
You have a chance to be Bezos.
I get 150
and that
average
doesn't
viewers.
happen in real life.
I know. I get 150 average viewers, Decky, and I got to be number 25 on all of Twitch for an entire day. That sounds pretty wee to me. I mean,
how?
What?
Well, because that happened to multiple people.
Yeah.
It just depended on the day. If it was drops for all the time, which I believe drops for all should happen.
I totally get the argument.
No,
I totally get the argument, and it's great for exposure. I just like fucking stirring the pot.
Yeah, I think drops for all is actually a good thing, or drops for whoever streams Tarkov.
But, like, by all means, like, no, with my whole like agenda of like being like give drops to everybody, that is the fair way to do it. But it would just the Tarkov category would stay the same. There'd be a small boost for overall, just because more people would be watching the category than normal. But it'd still be Pestilli at the top and the same order.
Exactly.
And no, I definitely think it's great, especially
you don't think Pestilli wouldn't do
that,
a 7-day straight stream?
He would do a 7 day straight and
True.
Isn't that exactly what happened the first time there was drops? Didn't Pestilli stream like 7 days straight?
That was one of the ways that Pestilli grew so much, was during the drops the first time, was he just streamed the most hours.
Oh yeah, he teed himself up like perfectly for that, and that really launched him. Like
I don't know how he does what he does. That's insane.
I got an argument with a lot of people on like Twitter about the drop thing, and people were like, "Why is it BSG's job to like help smaller streamers?"
Oh, I saw someone say that was like Sigma said that to you.
Yeah,
she said she said it's not BSG's job to promote your stream or something.
And I was like, that's exactly my point. Is if they gave drops to everybody, they wouldn't be promoting anybody's stream. Instead, what they're doing now is. I was like, this is exactly what you just fucking goddamn said.
Yeah, I agree. It should have been an automated system. If you stream so many hours, you get. They can split the days,
BSG, we fixed it for you. If you just automate it, everyone who streamed more than 400 hours of Tarkov last year gets drops. We fixed it. All right, moving on.
Would that satisfy you, Decky, if that were the case?
Even they get specific days, but they're automatically placed there by a bot, not by.
Oh, no. Like my entire thing is like equality, and that's just mainly just shit stirring. Because, like I said, if they kept it like the way that I said they should actually do it, then there would be no difference in the Twitch category at all. And they definitely, I mean, even though it's not fair. I'm not gonna lie. I like my tier 3 subs more than my tier 1s, so I can't act like I'm all like equality and shit. Fuck no, dude. I like making goddamn money.
Guys, you heard it here. Everyone, lower your subs to tier 1 on Decky's stream.
And was too proud to ask for one. Okay, I get it. All right, let's move on.
I was too proud to ask for a day.
I want everybody. All of Decky's tier 3 subs to go change it to a tier 1.
Because I demand equality.
Just for equality's sake. It's the right thing to do. Okay. I'm gonna move us on.
Yeah, let's move on to
I'm gonna move us on from the 30-minute Twitch discussion to today's sponsor. Who
It's a palate cleanser. It's good.
Yeah, just a little bit of something new, something fresh for you guys. The same sponsor as always, Manscaped. The one and only Manscaped. Woo, yeah, Manscaped. It's a new year. You know what that means. Time for some new shaved balls. Time for you to shave your balls in a different way. There's never been a better time.
That's my resolution. Clean balls.
Yeah.
There's never been a better time to start taking care of your balls than right now. You should join the over 2 million men worldwide who have fresh, sparkling balls this year by going to manscaped.com and getting 20% off your order and free shipping with code GAMERHOLE. That's 20% off your order and free shipping with code GAMERHOLE at manscaped.com. We want to thank Manscaped for sponsoring this episode and pretty much every episode. Appreciate you guys. Thank you.
We all have clean balls. You should get some too.
Yeah.
And speak for yourself.
Your balls are as clean as ours.
Aqua spent it's been a little bit for him.
When I shave my mustache, I use my ball trimmer.
There you go.
Unfortunately,
I also
Manscaped
do that too. Yeah.
Unfortunately, Manscaped can't get rid of chlamydia, but they can clean. They can clean up Aqua's balls.
I don't have chlamydia.
We're gonna see a boost in members just because people want to figure out if Aqua actually has chlamydia or not. I'll pay $5 to learn the truth.
I might have had it in the past, but it wasn't confirmed.
We should call this episode "Aqua Has Chlamydia."
Might...
That would really get the clicks.
It was either that or a really weird. I had an infection that could come from either chlamydia or just random stuff, but we don't know.
I can't keep naming every episode Aqua and then something. Like, it does great for our metrics. It does great for our clicks, but like
Aqua's
Aqua has
laundry
chlamydia.
list of STDs.
Maybe it's the gang gets chlamydia or something.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
I don't think it was chlamydia. I never got laid when I was young, or ever really in my whole life. So
It doesn't mean your massive cock didn't dip into a dirty, public toilet. Maybe.
yeah, that must have been it. Yeah, no. That
Maybe
definitely
you're
didn't
just
happen
I've never
either.
heard ZChum say the words massive cock. That was...
Look,
That
maybe
hurt my ears to hear you say that.
Maybe Aqua's girthy, gigantic penis just dipped into an infected toilet bowl in a public restroom.
Listen, I was walking down the street one day and I stepped in a puddle, Normally it just goes down my entire pant leg into my shoe.
It's tucking in. It slipped out, and now he's got chlamydia.
Yeah, too bad.
I can't believe it. Crazy. What happened to Decky? Where'd Decky go?
Just got sick of it. We were talking bad about him and his ideas
You
for
scared him
PSG.
away by
It's
saying
fucking
massive dong, or what did you say? Massive cock. Ugh.
Massive cock. Yeah.
Massive cock.
So I had to get
excited
another. I had to get another ultrasound done.
Ooh.
Because my stomach aches were like so bad. I had that ultrasound done on my balls last year when my ball pain was bad.
Yeah.
But I've been having like an insane stomach. It lasted for like 2 weeks.
Maybe your stomach is healing. From
That's
all
what I
the,
thought. I thought maybe
gluten.
maybe switching to the gluten-free diet is like maybe my stomach's going through some weird shit.
Yeah, like when a cut is like healing, it's really itchy.
Yeah.
For a while. Maybe your
That's what I thought.
fucked up stomach is healing.
That's what I talked about with my doctor. I was like, I'm on a new diet. I'm on like a gluten-free diet, so maybe my stomach is just like, getting used to it. And he was like, but I still want to do like just an ultrasound in case you've got something going on in there, just so we know, in case your gallbladder's fucked up or something.
Yeah.
And last time I did an ultrasound, I knew. Like, I walked in there, They did the ultrasound on my balls, and I was like, I'm gonna say to this woman, I'm gonna go, is it a boy or a girl? And I knew she would like, I knew that like every single dude who walked in there for an ultrasound of his balls says that to her, and they all must think they're like so clever and so funny and
everyone
so
who
smart.
gets an ultrasound for anything.
Yeah.
Right.
Or like when you get your prostate checked. Whoa, we could at least go on a date first or something. Like,
take me out to dinner first.
yeah, exactly.
And like every doctor, every ultrasound tech hears this probably like 5 times a day and has to just be like, ha 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 ha.
You know what it is though? It's so like quiet in there, you know? Neither of you are talking, and you feel like you need to say something. So you say that. You know it's wrong.
No,
but you do it anyway.
I hate when like not the doctor, but like when they're doing stuff, like nurses and stuff, they're doing stuff and they want to be like super chatty about your life, not about your symptoms. I'm like, I don't really want to have a conversation. I'm sorry. I mean, I don't say that, but that's what I'm feeling.
Really? That makes me feel better.
No, I like to just be like, yeah, these are my symptoms. This is what's going on, and then they'll like do they'll look at the numbers and they'll be like, oh, the numbers look like you might be dead, and they'll be like, yeah, checks out.
You're very matter of fact, though, Kings. You're very like binary and what like black and white, but it just depends on the person.
Well, outside of the room, I don't mind having a conversation with them. That's
Yeah, I know, but when you're there to get something done,
right? Exactly. I'd rather just be like,
get it done. I get that. That's
skip the pleasantries, okay?
I require a good bedside manner in all aspects of my life.
Aqua requires a little bit of foreplay before he can be healed
comforted,
by this doctor.
Swaddled, babied,
do you talk to your
in
Uber
every
driver,
possible
Aqua?
way. What?
Do you talk to your Uber drivers?
Yeah.
Really?
Always. Yes. Cab drivers, Uber drivers, I love it. I talk to them the whole way, every single time.
Oh,
unless I'm in a really shit mood that day. No, they love it. We have a great rapport. By the end of it, they're like, "Hey, man, have a wonderful day. It was a pleasure." And I'm like, "Dude, same."
I would hate that. If I drove for Uber, I would install a soundproof barrier between the front and back of the car.
Listen, if you have a good conversation's a good conversation.
Well, the thing is that Uber drivers, they know that their tips and their like 5-star ratings is based on the person. So like if you're a talkative person, they've got to be talkative too. If you want the quiet, you've got to be quiet.
After those great conversations I have with them, I max that tip out.
See,
always.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. It's in their best interest. I truly think that we had good conversations.
I really like the Uber drivers that have the little menu on the back of their seat that's like, do you want a number 1, which is a quiet? Do you want number 2, which we listen to jazz? Do you want number 3 that we talk about funny stories?
I've never seen that.
And you just fucking
a number
like,
4 where we discuss
please?
our political differences.
Yeah.
Number 5. What do you think about vaccines? What do you think about COVID?
I've had some of the deepest like political conversations I've ever had in an Uber or a taxi. Seriously, like
I'm jealous that you even know how to have a conversation with a stranger.
Oh.
I can't. My brain doesn't work that way. I can only talk to a computer screen. Like,
how do you talk to
certain settings, I'm able to do it, and that's one of them.
I'm jealous. It requires me being drunk. That's it. I have to be drunk if I'm going to talk to anybody.
Well,
much less strangers.
Like, I won't necessarily start the conversation, but if they do, I will reciprocate, and then we'll get into it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I'm not rude if they're like, oh, how's it? You answer their questions and kind of, but I don't go deep into.
Yeah, like when I get in the car, I'm like, hey, how's it going today? And then they'll be good. And then if they follow up with another question, I'll just ping pong, just keep going.
I don't know how to do that.
So
I
you're
really
just
don't.
A human.
Yeah. Although I'm very out of practice now. I've been fucking I haven't really gone in many Ubers or taxis lately. And wearing the mask like keeps you less personal.
Yeah.
So it's like I haven't had as many lately because of the mask thing.
I have only taken an Uber one time in my life. I can't think of a time I've taken an Uber. I've taken an Uber once because I throw up. I get sick if I have to ride in a car. I can't
yeah, that could hurt. Yeah.
So I try to avoid them if I can because it's like no Uber driver wants me to fucking vomit in the back of their car roll the window down like a sick dog and just like spray it on the side of their car.
They hate that.
I think I've only taken a taxi
thanks for the
twice.
lift.
I think I've taken a taxi twice when I was in New York City. But now that Uber's a thing, I almost always take Uber. And
have taxis just died yet? When will taxis just cease being a thing?
Honestly, it's crazy. Like, I feel like there are either less of them. Well, right now, no one wants to go on the subway because, like, ew, COVID. So there are a lot of... it's impossible to get a taxi right now. Impossible. So you have to do Uber pretty much.
I feel like we should just live in some sort of like advanced society where there's like a button by the side of the road and you want a car and you just like press it and an automated vehicle just shows
up. A parachute car falls out of the sky.
Like a Call of Duty airdrop essentially, or a Battlefield.
There are car share programs where you just leave a car like those like electric scooters, but it's a
you
car.
drop it off somewhere.
Yeah, you leave it, and then you have an app that shows where all of them are parked. Yep. And then the thing is, though, what's tricky with those, and I still don't know how these work, like street sweeping, like in the city or whatever. Like at certain times, you can't have a car parked, and they'll get a ticket. So I don't know how
places they
it's
put
not.
on my bet.
It's not anybody's responsibility to like move these cars.
There might be guys that, because ride shares like that, like car shares like that, are very local. They don't you don't go across the United States. So I'm sure that there might be a guy that literally in the office that does the stuff.
It's a ride share. Someone owns the car. So
wildly inefficient. Like. Oh yeah, no, the company owns the cars. They're like those like little tiny electric cars. I'm not speaking about the ones in Brooklyn.
For things to be like mass efficient, it has to be inefficient for one person. There's always going to be one person who has to like get paid.
Yeah, like the guys who go get all the city bikes and put them all in, like redistribute them.
So city bikes are convenient, but there's always going to be like one guy who's actually got to do a fuck ton of work to keep it convenient.
I know, but like
there's no equality.
That's like an insane amount of work though to that's true to move all those cars. Like it's hard enough managing
you don't move all the cars
and dealing
with ride shares are owned by like a person. At the end of the day, that person has to go get like dropped off.
I'm talking about a ride share company.
They make their own little electric cars that you can just dump and leave wherever.
There's cities that do a lot of different there's like lots of different ride share companies.
I rented a car for the first time when I was in Florida because you have to be like 26 to rent a car. I'm 27 now. I rented a car for the first time when I was in Florida. What a fucking horrible experience. It was like probably one of the worst experiences of my life. Yeah.
Well, it depends on where are you renting it from?
Enterprise.
It depends on the company you're renting it from.
Yeah.
The airport. Ugh.
I did the same thing. It really wasn't bad at all.
Mine sucked.
From what I
found.
They
charged me $600 for a fucking like piece of shit economy car for 3 hours.
Yeah, something's wrong.
Oh, that's
I don't know
what the
fuck happened there. Yeah,
that's crazy.
Every rental place, even rental places away from the airport, every single rental place, it was like $600 for the day for the rental car.
That's weird.
That's what it was for like 3 days. When I did it.
I was gonna say
3-4 days.
Well, it's because I think it's because Enterprise sold all their cars at the start of COVID because no one was renting cars, and now they have a huge like a serious lack of vehicles.
$600 for
it was $580. It was $500 if I didn't pay the $80 insurance, but I knew with my luck
they
I'd
didn't
like
think that you said 3 days
no
instead of 3 hours.
I said no, because I booked it. I was like, I need a car to drive from this airport to the airport closer to my parents, and my parents would pick me up at that airport where it's a 20-minute drive instead of a 2.5-hour drive. And they charged me. They charged me $500. They charged me $500 for it, and then it was $80 for the insurance on top of it in case I fucked the car up.
That doesn't sound right.
That's what I was gonna say. Is like
that.
Yeah, I mean, maybe COVID, maybe you're right, but like, yeah, renting a car be like $50 a day before, and then they add all the bullshit on top.
Well, it's Orlando, Florida, and they had like no cars. There was like 3 cars left.
Yeah, they'll price.
I rented a car in Georgia during COVID, and for 3 days, and it was like the same price.
It was $600 for the day. It was $500 for the day, technically.
That's absurd, dude.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Now I'm worked up about this.
It sucks.
Yeah, we need a quality on car share.
It was like such a piece of shit car, too. It was like a Hyundai
right,
compact eco car, and it had like
think about this on Twitter and tag BSG to fix it.
It had like these tiny ass little like these were like some straight up Fisher Price fucking wheels on this thing. I looked at the car and I was like, is this gonna make it down the interstate? Is this gonna make it 2 hours down the interstate?
Fuck! I had such a nice Volkswagen. It was clean. It was wonderful. The radio was air conditioning. It was wonderful. It was better than my normal car.
And there was a used mask like tucked into the the door
gross.
area.
I'm just attributing all of this only to Florida.
Yeah, I'm gonna say
I've rented 2 cars in my life. Once I had a trip. Actually, I rented a truck in Florida.
Everybody shows up at Orlando and they rent a car so they can get to Disney World or whatever the fuck they're doing.
That could have been it. They just were low on cars.
And then I wasn't returning the car to the same place. I was returning it at a different airport. That might have added like $100 on it, but it was like still absurd. I think it was
insane.
It was still going to be like $390 if I returned it at the same airport.
I took a rental car from Utah to Vegas, and it was like the same price.
Anyways, the car fucking sucked. I thought it was gonna fall apart on the highway. Just what a piece of shit.
ZChum has some unlucky skill traits there, or whatever. It
was a rough
unlucky skill trait.
I've had a great experience every time I've rented a car.
And it was like the second I got off the plane, after like everyone's like coughing and fucking sick sounding, so I'm already like stressed and anxious, and I'm like super motion sick from the whole fucking plane ride down to Florida. And I get off the plane, we have to fight through fucking Orlando. You get off the plane in Orlando and you're motion sick, and then you have to get on a fucking tram to take you to the main like hub terminal. You can't walk to it.
That was new for me when I traveled. I had to fucking take like a tram, you know, and it's like, and they were like, it's like an elevator, but the other way. And I was like,
I got off the terminal, and I'm like, oh, finally, I'm like on ground. I'm not in a moving thing. I can get rid of this motion sickness, this dizziness. This fucking sucks. And I'm trying to find the fucking exit, and I'm like, how do I leave this airport? And there's no signs anywhere in this whole fucking airport for like exit or baggage claim. All there is a food court and access to some fucking trains. And I'm like, do we get on this? How long of a ride? Where are we going? What am I doing? And then I almost threw up on that fucking train. It was like, as it like fucking jerks and like takes off. Oh man, that was rough.
Toronto has a cool thing though, because I stayed in the hotel in Toronto airport thing, and you did take the train, and it was weird. But that was cool because when I went to Newark, they don't fucking have that. You literally have to wait, get on a bus, and then the bus drives you to the next terminal thing. That was the fucking worst. What's wrong with you?
That's gross.
It was gross.
Newark sucks.
Yeah, I got zero problem with trams at airports. Like that's normal.
Well, I didn't. I haven't
understand
flown,
poor
so it's weird.
Is most people don't get off planes being motion sick either, ZChum. So I understand that. Yeah,
I can't travel, man. I'm so bad at it. Aqua was talking about going to TwitchCon together and like flying there together, and I'm just like, that's gonna be such a nightmare for me. It's gonna be so bad.
Yeah. He was like, God, let's go to TwitchCon, blah blah blah, and then he was like, oh. It's in California.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be in like
not out back, not my back door.
I thought it would be in like Boston or the East Coast or something, and then I'm like, no, because all the streamers live in like fucking California, don't they?
They've talked about it and people have wanted it pre-COVID.
Where they should do it is Austin or like Texas, San Antonio or whatever.
Yeah, they
like,
should do
like
it
the
like
other
Central.
One. What's that one?
VidCon.
Yeah,
or,
is that no, not VidCon. DreamHack. What is it?
Sure.
What's the one in Texas?
I mean, there's a lot of them in Texas. So
that's where they should do it because that's central. It's the easiest place to get to for everybody. Equality, Decky. Equality.
Vegas. It's cheap as fuck to fly to Vegas no matter where you are.
That's true. That is true.
They want to keep you. They'll eat you up.
With all the streamers and the streamers doing gambling streams, I think they would be afraid that all their streamers would lose all their money. So.
All their streamers would immediately go live stream in a casino. Yeah.
I love Vegas. I can't wait to go back one day.
No, I think that TwitchCon has been talked about in East Coast TwitchCon or whatever. They were supposed to do 2. People were like, they should do 1 this year in East Coast. Then they're like, they should just do 2 mini TwitchCon in East Coast. I don't think it'll happen. I
mean, they are like, well,
Twitch the West Coast company too. Like their headquarters is just makes sense.
And they canceled their shit already. But like, I mean, they already signed like a 4-year thing with San Diego. I don't know how that is now with COVID and everything. But like, yeah, that's where it is.
I want to go.
Big a deal.
I want to go. I just don't want to fly across the country. That's gonna stress me out so much.
Yeah. My girlfriend's family lives on the West Coast, so if I go to TwitchCon, I'm gonna try to.
Aqua's gonna have to
both
pet
in
my
one thing.
He's gonna have to pet my head.
We'll hold
have to
hands.
rub my back.
I'll hold your little vomit bag.
He's gonna have to hold my little vomit bag and rub my back and go. That's a good ZChum. Good ZChum.
Do you hate flying apart from like your ailments?
You know what's weird is I love flying.
Like it seems flying seems like a thing you would actually be in on.
Yeah,
that's the thing for me. Like I don't have any motion sickness or anything. I just hate fucking flying. I love flying. Of it.
ZChum, didn't you say you wanted to get your pilot's license?
I do.
Yeah.
See, if it was me in like a small aircraft with 2 seats, and I'm in control of the motion of the plane, right? So I know like when I pull back on the yoke, we're gonna like experience some like force. Some like downward force as it moves
like when
up.
you drive a car, you don't get motion sick.
I don't get motion sick driving a car because I know like the small, minute adjustments in my hands translate to this
Your brain
feeling.
can process that.
Yeah. In a plane, when I'm in like a big ass fucking Airbus, I'm seeing like normal area, except I'm feeling like
ZChum,
all these like.
Can I ask you something? When you're in a car. You're in a car or a plane or whatever this is that you're in, that you're getting so sick in. Are you just like looking at your phone?
No. I try to focus. I focus on the horizon.
Okay, okay, good. Because so many people are like, I get car sick, and I look and they're like just staring at their phone the entire trip. I'm like, that's why, you fucking moron. Sorry.
I do, dude. I've been through it all. I've been through every motion sick like cure there is. Like. Readjusting the pressure in your ears, taking Dramamine, focusing on the horizon, getting fresh air. Nothing has ever stopped it. Once it starts, it will not stop until the motion stops. And even then, it'll linger for a couple days sometimes. So
I got motion sick once on a boat while fishing, and it was very wavy. And like it was just this the whole time. And like for hours, like all day. And then when I got off the boat, it felt like I was still like doing that, and like I got like a bad headache and just like had to go to bed. That was the only time.
It's like that all the time in anything that moves. If I'm in a car, a train, a bus,
if he wheels his chair back too quickly,
agony. I went and got my hair cut before I went to Florida. She spun me around in the chair, and I went, Kimmy, you have to stop. I'm gonna throw up. She was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, you need to not move me for a second because I'm gonna throw up."
Chum, dude.
When we go to TwitchCon on the plane, we'll get one of those like metal bracket things for your head that like screws into your. Just keep you very still.
Aqua should dress up like a little doctor and be my like liaison who like sedates me throughout the trip.
And I'm just like patting his forehead and stuff.
I forgot about
like a little
pouring water into his mouth. He's like
a damp cloth. You're like patting the sweat off of my brow.
Another only 4 more hours.
You're gonna be okay.
Do you want to watch another Marvel movie? Would that make you feel better?
Did you actually get wheeled to the terminal? I know we had talked about it.
No, I was okay to walk. I actually wanted to stand and walk more than sit.
I wanted to hear about it. You had the nice guy, and he's wheeling you down there, or they're on the golf cart, like beep 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 beep.
Yeah, I did that once.
ZChum's coming through.
I was traveling with my family when my dad had a broken foot. He had like the boot and everything, and we were on the go-kart thing, and like sitting on the back there honking at everybody. We were just walking by, like, sorry, excuse us.
We have royalty. Yes,
out of the way.
Hey,
what the fuck are you doing?
owners of those things are rude as fuck. Like they don't give a shit.
Yeah, it's like honestly people honking at cows on the highway or whatever when they're trying to like go by. They're fucked up. Yeah, ruthless.
Honestly, I would say that's a pretty good thing. Yeah,
everyone's carrying their luggage like struggling, like fuck this, and the guy's like, get the fuck out of the way, like beeping on the horn.
We're trying to get on the fucking plane, and this lady, this just insane woman, decided she was gonna just herself. She has like no one with her, just traveling solo. Decided she was gonna bring 12 carry-ons.
Fucking A. How do they do that? Like
I
you
don't
can't
know.
get through the term. You can't get through the check-in with 12.
She had so much shit. She just had so much shit with her.
They usually let you have one.
Well, no, it's one backpack and one over top. Yeah.
She had one. She had one like wheelie, like drag, suitcase. And she had a second smaller one that was sideways set on top. You know, people put stuff on like where the handle extends out of the luggage.
Yeah.
They'll set something there. She had a second suitcase, a little smaller, turned sideways, set on it.
So that's
and then in her other hand, she had like a duffel bag and like a plastic shopping bag, both just like stuffed, like full to the brim.
Did they let
and
her
then
bring
she
it
had
all
like
on?
a carabiner clip with like three it was like 3 or 4 grocery bags, like plastic bags, just full of shit. One of them was full of like sand molds, you know, for like the beach where you make like a little castle mold and like put it down and take it off, like a little crab mold.
I love those.
And like a little tiny little shovel and a little castle bucket. And it was just like full of shit. Like, why do you need to bring that home?
Did she go through security and then like start buying shit? Like,
I know, that's what I was thinking.
Security,
like,
usually they only have 2 things, right? They only like, okay, this is what you can have, and then you have to check the rest. But like, what? Like
duty free, baby.
Well, then at the gate,
bags full of cigarettes and liquor.
Because at the gate, again, they say like, okay, you're allowed to carry on. If you have any extra bags, you need to come up here and pay for them now, because they know people can buy shit once they're through security. Dude, this lady held up the plane for like, we departed like 15 minutes late because this bitch got like halfway down the plane, and then someone was like, one of the flight attendants was like, I don't know if that's all gonna fit, ma'am. And then she just took 15 minutes just like running up and down the plane looking for like different spots where she could put her like fucking hoard of treasure.
She's like, I'll make it fit. We can make someone else check their luggage and like.
She made some guy like take his coat out of the overhead. She was like, "Sir, can you take your coat out so I can get my bag up here?" Her bag of like fucking plastic beach mold shit. It was the most insane thing I've ever. It was giving me anxiety. I was getting anxious from watching this woman try to like stuff all of her little trinkets and treasures into every fucking orifice on this plane.
Yeah.
So it's shit like that that makes me hate flying.
Man, you know, this has got me all riled up. You know what I hate is when people change their names on Discord and you don't know who the fuck they are anymore.
Oh, so Poob. Are you talking about Poob's new name? Is that what you're talking about?
No. No, not necessarily, but
this is pretty jarring.
Discord should do that thing that Steam does where you can look at their like
They do.
You can see the previous names.
There's AKA.
Okay.
And you can have any.
Poop changed his name to Gruelda the Wicked and Cruel, and he just.
Well, I mean, honestly, if you look at that, you know,
he just keeps going like. He just like makes little witch sounds.
Poop is the strangest man I know, probably.
Yeah, we should never have him on the gamer hole. Wouldn't that be funny?
Hey, thank you for watching the Gamer Hole today. I hope you enjoyed your time in the hole with us. I know we did. If you want to support the channel even further than just watching it, which we appreciate so much, you know, because let's face it, we're not exactly, you know, we're not great conversationalists, but we try. But if you want to see some exclusive content, every week we do a special episode as well as the occasional live stream, you know, just some extra stuff. You can join the members program here on YouTube. There's a little join button down below the video there. Check it out if you want to, you know, get some extra stuff, or even just support what we're doing here. Either way, we'll see you again next week, every Thursday, forever. Okay, thanks again.